Hey everybody, I'm Ryan, and today we're going to talk about humans in World of Warcraft. Now this is going to be a general overview of humans. If you want to learn more about anything I talk about in this video, I plan on making videos on those things as well. Those links are going to be in the description. You should definitely check those out after you finish the video, provided I have them done. The Forge of Wills was made by the Titans, and used to make new creations to protect life. The Vrykul, a metallic race, were made here. However, the old god Yogg-Sarron tainted it with the curse of flesh, turning the stone and metallic servants of the Titans into soft, weak flesh. While the curse of flesh was affecting the Vrykul, some of them gave birth to soft, weak, and stunted offspring. The birth of the stunted Vrykul spread fear and superstition among the clans. King Ymiron used this development to get his people to renounce the Keepers, who they viewed as gods up to this point. Ymiron ordered the stunted babies slaughtered. Many mothers refused and decided to hide the babies instead. The mothers went to a place of legend, where a lost clan of Vrykul journeyed with the Keepers, Tyr, Archaedas, and Ironaya. They left their stunted sons and daughters in what is now known as Tirisfal, where some peaceful Vrykul already lived, who were also undergoing the curse of flesh. Now these two peoples were the first humans, now struggling to survive. The abandoned humans took to reading stories about their Vrykul lineage, and latched onto a story about a hero who lost his right hand in his fight against evil, replacing it the silver one. The symbol of Tyr's hand became a common symbol of human tribes in later kingdoms. The heroic legend of Tyr is most commonly remembered in Remembrance Day in Stormwind, which brings pilgrims to remember the heroes of humanity's past. Humans, collectively known as humanity or mankind, have incredibly strong willpower and survival instincts, and are a young and versatile race. The physique of humans is more muscular and sturdy than elves, but more slender than dwarves, and compared to most other races, kind of fragile. Around age 12, humans reach the Age of Ascension, which is normally accompanied by a celebration. They have shorter lifespans than most other mortal races. Vol'jin actually commented on this, saying that it's almost as if mortality is such close a companion that humans don't seem to worry about it. However, the true strength of humanity is its willingness to work with others and seek diplomatic solutions, with humans having a particularly uncanny ability with seeing beyond their own interests and seeing from others' points of view. But humans are also known to be arrogant, overzealous, and vainglorious, but also commonly display noble attributes. They have a great desire for power and knowledge, which is probably why many of the greatest mages are human. Most humans are currently members of the Alliance, and enjoy an orderly and just society. Most humans also live in lively or bustling cities, or the countryside where peasants provide resources to the rest of the kingdoms. Merchants trade goods, craftsmen work their trade, and at the top of the hierarchy, nobility lead all the other humans. The dragonflights had even taken a liking to the humans. Most dragonflights turn into a mortal race when interacting with other mortal races, so that they're not intimidated, and the blue dragonflight tends to turn into humans. Teran Zhu once suggested that some humans could have sided with the Pandaren in their rebellion against the Mogu some 12,000 years ago. When the High Elves arrived in the Eastern Kingdoms, they found primitive human tribes. These humans were hunter-gatherers that practiced primitive forms of druidism and shamanism, and these human tribes consistently warred with one another for land and power. The tribes were scattered and leaderless, suffering at the hands of the Trolls. Chief Thoradin of the Arathi tribe knew that if they continued infighting and being attacked by the Trolls, they would go extinct. So he tried to unite the human tribes with his general Ignaeus. The plan was to ask the human tribes first, and then if they denied joining them, conquer them. When he did, he would give them peace and equity in his new empire, and promote the leaders of the tribes to generals in his new army. He does this and unites the human tribes into the first human kingdom, Arathor, located in what is now Hillbrad Foothills and Arathi Highlands, with its capital city, Strom. This new kingdom often warred with the Amani Trolls for land. Arathor joined with the High Elves in defeating the Amani Trolls in the Troll Wars. They got much out of this war, with the High Elves teaching the humans Arcane Magic, and the High Elves pledging loyalty to Arathor and Thoradin's descendants. After the Troll Wars, Arathor expanded into the land once controlled by the Trolls. Eventually, many cities in this kingdom became too powerful and they started being independent in themselves. And Arathor would split apart into many different human city-states, including Gilneas, Alterac, Dalaran, Lordaeron, Kul Tiras, Stormwind, and Stromgarde. Lordaeron was actually named after the general Lordaeron, who fell heroically in battle in the Troll Wars. Since Strom couldn't compete with many of these other human city-states, most of the nobles departed. After the Troll Wars, human priests started having visions of geometric beings of living light, the Naaru. Through this connection with the Naaru, these priests were able to harness light for its healing powers. Humans tended to have a particular affinity to the holy light, since they traced their origins back to the Vrykul, who were forged by the Keepers, and the humans' unique inner fire. Through these amazing powers, a religious movement started, creating the Church of the Holy Light, based on peace, justice, and altruism. Many humans traveled to this new religious community, seeking everything from being healed of their sickness to seeking enlightenment. They even used the symbol of the Keeper Tyr's hand as a symbol for the light. The church eventually spread into other organizations, such as the Holy Order of Northshire Clerics in Stormwind, the Knights of the Silver Hand, the Argent Dawn, and the Scarlet Crusade. Actually, clerics of Northshire Abbey used to call the light God, but that has since stopped, or has been retconned. The humans developed a superstitious paranoia against the Magi. In response to this, and strict laws about magic in Strom, the mage Argodon created a refuge for Magi in human lands, Dalaran, on the edge of Lordamere Lake. Dalaran would become an independent and powerful city-state for the Magi to practice their craft, and the largest human trading center. Dalaran housed huge libraries and research centers in its violet citadels. However, human experimentation with arcane magic in Dalaran began to tear the fabric of reality and summon demons into the world, just like what happened with the Night Elves in the War of the Ancients. The Council of Silvermoon and the Magistracy of Dalaran created the Council of Tirisfal to stop the invading demons rather than limit the practice of arcane arts. The Council of Tirisfal would appoint the Guardians, giving them incredible power to defeat the demons. Stormwind was a city-state created after the fall of Arathor, controlling land in Elwynn Forest, Westfall, Redridge Mountains, and Dustwood. Within Stormwind lands, humans who followed the light took root. The clerics of Northshire Abbey, a derivative of the Church of the Holy Light. As humans spread into the surrounding farmlands, they're attacked by gnolls. The Stormwind Knights counterattacked, and thus began the Gnoll Wars. Other human nations refused to send aid, so when they finally won in the Gnoll Wars, King Barathen Wrynn vowed that he would not need others' aid and isolated Stormwind from the rest of humanity. When the Orcish Horde came through the Dark Portal, they fought the first war with Stormwind. The war ended with the Horde sacking Stormwind and only a few refugees escaping to Lordaeron in the north. Among these refugees were young Prince Varian and Anduin Lothar. Lothar convinced the other humans to unite to fight the Horde, creating the Alliance of Lordaeron. When the Horde attacked the Alliance of Lordaeron to the north, the Second War was started. The humans in the Alliance of Lordaeron ended up defeating the Horde in the Second War, even after dealing with one of their number, Alterac, betraying them and joining the Hork side. The humans put the orcs into internment camps and took them as slaves and gladiators. Stormwind was then rebuilt after the destruction that took place in the First War. However, this alliance between the humans could not hold. Unwilling to pay the taxes, Gilneas and Stromgarde withdrew. Lordaeron was decimated by a plague that was turning its citizens into undead, and Arthas, Prince of Lordaeron, was corrupted by the Lich King, eventually becoming the Lich King himself. He led his scourge against Lordaeron and eventually even assassinated his own father, King Tyrannus. Capital city of Lordaeron was left in ruins. The scourge then went to Kalimdor, where they fought humans, orcs, and night elves. This was an attempt by the Burning Legion to soften Azeroth for them to invade. When they finally did invade, they were defeated in the Third War. The Lich King returned to Northrend. Many humans who follow the light continued to try to retake land from the Scourge, particularly the Plague Lands, led by the Argent Crusade. Jaina Proudmoore had taken a human expedition to Kalimdor, guided by the Guardian Medivh. After they defeated the Burning Legion in the Third War, the city-state of Theramore was founded, the only human city-state in Kalimdor. After escaping human slavery, rallying the Horde, and going to Kalimdor, Thrall, war chief of the Horde, had made a pact with the humans of Theramore, so the two races could live in peace. For now. Though there is some tension. Both sides thought the other side took all the good land, ever increasing this tension, prodded even further by the Burning Blade cult. And this was pushed even further when Admiral Proudmoore of Kul Tiras attacked the Orcs. The Orcs killed Admiral Proudmoore, and his daughter, Jaina, leader of Theramore, does not help. Kul Tiras leaves the Alliance when they refuse to retaliate for the Admiral's murder. Gilneas isolates themselves from the rest of the world behind the Grey Mane Wall. Now, Harvest Witches and Gilneas are the only remains of the humans' old religion, as their isolation from other humans kept it going. The undead humans of the Scourge that were able to keep some semblance of their humanity were rallied by Sylvanas, creating a home for themselves in the ruined capital city of Lordaeron, the Forsaken. They had worked alongside the humans to retake the ruins of Lordaeron from the Scourge. Then, when they succeeded, kicked the humans out. Sylvanas planned to use this undead army to kill Arthas. The Lich King, Arthas, planned to scour humanity from the planet. The Alliance and Horde, in a long, arduous campaign, rallied together and stormed Icecrown Citadel in Northrend, killing the Lich King. When Deathwing rises, he splits the world in the Cataclysm and lays waste to Stormwind, and they must rebuild their city again. Many human refugees of the Cataclysm gathered outside the Exodar, seeking aid of the Draenei and Velen. This also splits the Greymane Wall, and the Forsaken take this opportunity and try to invade Gilneas. This forces the Gilneans' hand, and they join the Alliance for protection, though most of the human population in Gilneas is afflicted with the Worgen Curse. Ordered by the Horde war chief Garrosh, Theramore is destroyed by the dropping of a mana bomb, essentially a nuke. This led to humans and the rest of the Alliance working with rebels from the Horde to overthrow this corrupt war chief. The humans and the Alliance worked together again to stop the Iron Horde from invading from alternate Draenor, and when alternate Gul'dan summoned the Burning Legion. This time, when they stopped the Legion, they imprisoned its leader, the Titan Sargeras. After the Horde burns down Teldrassil, the Alliance attacks Undercity, the former capital city of Lordaeron. They succeeded in driving the Horde out and retaking this human city for the Alliance. The Kul Tirans are convinced by Jaina to rejoin the Alliance, to defeat the Horde for their atrocities. Kul Tirans look to the sea, like other humans look to the light, and their Tide Sages have a deep connection with the water. Kul Tirans worship the Tide Mother. Humans work well with the rest of the Alliance, but have a particularly strong bond with the Dwarves, sharing their love for battle and storytelling. They have respect for gnomish technology, and the Night Elves are a source of mystery and frustration, but they support the Night Elves in their attempt to restore beauty to Azeroth. The humans respect the Draenei's Master of the Light, and their common enemy in the Burning Legion brings them even closer. Humans are wary of the Worgen due to their savage reputation. They most commonly crossbreed with High Elves, in cases such as Turalyon and Illyria, and Ronan and Varisa. Sometimes breed with other races. For example, Tamara Wobblesprocket married a gnome. Some other races have a different relationship with humans. Ogres and trolls are known to often eat humans. Ogres prefer them cooked with the blood still in them, while the trolls prefer the meat stripped from the bone and turned into jerky. The efforts of human engineers are laughable when compared to dwarves or gnomes, and human architecture is less pleasing to the eye than the Night Elves. However, human buildings can be built relatively quickly, and are more resilient to damage than even Horde structures. Human footmen fight in plate armor, while knights ride to battle on steeds. The Alliance of Elven Archers and Dwarf Riflemen support the Alliance military. Magi and priests of all races attack their enemies and heal their wounded. However, the most fearsome warriors of the humans are the Paladins, warriors who wield the light. The kingdoms of Alterac and Stromgarde are still in ruins. Stormwind stands as humanity's strongest nation, and humanity has had it rough throughout the years, but it's still the backbone of the Alliance. This versatile race may bend, but it'll never break. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the humans in World of Warcraft. If you did, you should check me out on other platforms. Check me out on Twitter, Instagram, and especially on Twitch. My wife and I stream there pretty much every day. We have a lot of fun. We have an awesome community. I would love if you wanted to join us. All those links are in the description and above me. I'm Ryan. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.